Okay folks, a new micro SD card, and today's been so far a wet day, rainy, so I'm just going to get in here and do my demo. I forgot to switch off the Wi-Fi on my phone. I've got to turn it off when I'm finished this demo because sometimes I get updates for the phone, and I just had an update a couple of days ago which could have interrupted my videoing if it wasn't for me turning it off. You just don't know when they're going to pop up, and they just stop the video rolling, which is a real pain in the ass. So actually I've got a rough idea how big this original should be, as in the enlargement. We'll see anyway. Yep, I spent Christmas alone once again, away from Luigi. Yep, Channel 9 did not bother to play the material that I gave them about 3 weeks ago. I know I couldn't give this recent stuff away. I still have it on my computer. I haven't got it burned to disk. I've got to get a new disk drive or get it fixed, and basically I'm waiting for the computer shop to open, and that will hopefully be on Monday, so I can burn some more discs for Channel 9. But I'm going to keep persisting. I'm not going to give up just because they don't want to cooperate. And this is what we're photocopying. Piece of Christmas leftover. Christmas wrapper. Some kid obviously got a nice little toy, and they decided to rip it open, as kids often do when it comes to receiving a Christmas present. They just can't wait to open it up, and they just rip it open, and yeah, it's like, what's the point in having all this wrapping and you just have no how should I put it, it just seems pointless having all this paper and having all this fancy print all over it, and yet I'm going to leave it on that setting. Oh, I forgot, I was meant to put the dock feeder down, but I might leave it up just for, I think it'll look better. Happy accident, folks. But yeah, if I leave the Wi-Fi on, and I nearly always have the mobile data switched off. I use the Wi-Fi for this phone, and basically, yeah, I did get an update, and when the update comes through, it interrupts the videoing, and that's a pain in the ass. So I'm not going to fucking let that happen. And that's come up looking quite interesting. There's the picture of the, yeah, that looks a bit big on the vertical, and okay. So I'm really missing Luigi, folks, and I'm trying to get in touch through these demos. I can't wait till Channel 9 finally air my material. It's really difficult trying to compete with other news items, potential news items. It's really difficult, and I get really frustrated and indignant about it. I know I shouldn't be angry, I shouldn't behave like a sore loser, but my life, my future is dependent on this. I can't financially afford to live like this, in this limbo, and I'm now not just conserving showers, like I only shower once a week because the cost of living, like electricity especially, has gone up sharply, and it's going to make me go broke more often. and basically I just can't afford. It's stressful. I don't like it. This bill stress. So I'm trying to find my way out of that by making myself hoping to get recognised as an artist, not a person who's living with disability and having to deal with the disabilities. I have more than one disability, unfortunately, so I'm really needing help. I don't want to be the sum total of my disablement, like the brain damage at birth. I had a cord around my neck and I came out breech, and it's affected my short-term memory and my hippocampus functions, which means I have trouble learning, and that's exactly what happened when I was at school. I had trouble learning, and I was often treated like I had a bad attitude to learning, like I didn't want to learn, but I did. I really wanted to learn a lot of things. I was always curious about shit as a child, and I still am curious, but that curiosity is frustrated by the limitations that have been imposed by the disability. So, and also I do believe I have high functioning autism without, and again, it's like the brain damage at birth. It's something that hasn't been diagnosed. And the third disability is the one that I have had diagnosed, and it's given me my Centrelink benefits, even without the other two. And I'm ashamed to say what it is, because it contains, it has a huge stigma attached to it, and I'm too ashamed to reveal it. But it's the only one that's been diagnosed. The rest of it is just me putting two and two together, and also there was one professional that did say that that it was likely that I had high functioning, or it was Asperger's syndrome, but he was not qualified to basically diagnose me. So I did have someone. I tried to get a diagnosis for it, but it failed because it's a very mild. I believe it's a very mild form of Asperger's, and it's very hard to diagnose in women more than men, and it's really subtle. So, but this love of photocopiers is one of the hallmarks that you could say that it has, and this is actually a powerhouse more than a problem now. And that's come up looking a real treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.